If you really take the time to understand what I'm about to unfold in this video, the way that you approach your daily tasks, your daily activities pertaining to the goals that you're trying to achieve will never be the same again, right? Because action actually does nothing. And if you understand this on the deepest, truest level, you understand that it's the energy behind the action that really accelerates the process in regards to, attaining your goals, shifting your reality and entering a reality that you're actually excited to wake up to every single day. And I think that's what the entire purpose is of this video. So by the end of this video, you should have a much clearer understanding of, you know, how to take action effectively, right? It's not the action itself, but again, the energy behind the action that you're putting in, and the level of conviction that you have as a result, right? So in simpler terms, if we were to really break it down, you know, you see the hardest working people. Why is it that the hardest working people struggle so much financially? They can put in, 12 to 16-hour days, sacrifice sleep, sacrifice food, and in most cases, there's, the motivation of a family that they have to support, or even just themselves, putting themselves through school for a better financial situation. So they're taking relentless action day after day, going hard, but nothing seems to shift, right? And it has so much to do with the level of conviction that they have in regards to the purpose and reasoning behind the action that they're taking. Is it solely for money? Do you fully believe that this is going to take you to where you want to get to? Or is it action that you're taking simply because you feel as though you have to? This is what you need to do in order to survive, right? In most cases, that's the belief system that people have behind the actions that they take. Hence why they stay in the same positions and they don't elevate, because they believe that they have to do these things. They have to take actions that they don't want to take in order to survive, right? So even though they're putting in more time than everybody else, nothing is changing. So again, that speaks to the entire context of this video. Action does nothing. Action won't move the needle as fast as you think it's going to. We've been led to believe that action is the only thing that will propel us forward to our goals, when in actuality, it's just like a small fraction of the equation, right? Action is important, yes, but what's more important is the frequency, the belief that is behind the action that you take. So when you're taking meaningful, purposeful action, are you moving with a certain level of self-doubt? Are you questioning whether or not your actions are in line with the person that you want to become, the person who's worthy of living the life that you desire? Or is it with complete conviction to the point where you are so detached, you are so confident in the image in your mind that you're trying to manifest into reality? Even if it doesn't happen, you are totally content, because you are so detached. You're in the state of like, if it doesn't happen the way that I envision it to, okay, even better, right? But I know that the action that I'm taking are the exact steps that I need to take in order to manifest my goals. Sorry, this fly is bugging, y'all. I love being in the heart of nature, but sometimes these flies, they really be getting to me. But that's something that we all really need to assess, right? Is what is the purpose behind the action that you take? Is it for survival? Or is it for fulfillment? What level of confidence do you have in the action that you take every single day? Because I feel as though most people who have this belief system that they have to, you know, take relentless action to a certain degree, where they believe that action will be the driving force and their savior of, you know, shifting their life, they live in the state of vanity, where vanity is essentially isolated ego, okay? Where You feel as though you are separate from everything else around you. You feel like you can do everything on your own. You are an individual that is separate from the power that is greater than all of us. And when you have this belief system, you have this idea that, you can do it all on your own. You're going to move the needle all by yourself. You don't need nobody, right? A lot of people have that mindset. And that's where the relentless action comes into play, because they feel as though they can do it all on their own. And that's the furthest thing from the truth. You can't. You cannot enter your desired reality all by yourself, depending on what your desired reality looks like. If you're like me and you have, big visions for your future, and if you're watching these videos, if you're on my channel, like, we're of course aligned to a certain degree. So I'm grateful that you're here kicking it with me, because I feel like there's a lot of mutual benefit from, discussing topics like this and exchanging ideas. But it's so important that we always remind ourselves that we're not separate from this power that is responsible for this reality. We're a part of it. And when you come to understand this, right? Not understand it, but understand it, the way that you approach your tasks completely changes, because you're not trying to carry the entire load on your own. The energy and conviction behind the action that you take is so elevated. There's so much confidence that you no longer second guess any of the actions that you take. And there's no doubt there. Y'all ever hear the concept of duality, right? Duality, as I was speaking to earlier, the concept of vanity is isolated ego, thinking that your ego is capable of doing it all by itself, when in actuality, that is the furthest thing from the truth. So when you think about the concept of duality, duality refers to two, right? Separate, two separate. So taking it a step further, practicing the state of non-duality, where everything is one, oneness with everything around you, connection with the divine, with the power that is responsible for your existence, right? When you come to understand that, there's so much less resistance that's being projected into the field. You're not as attached to, the outcome presenting itself. You're not so emotionally dependent on your goals happening or experiencing them within a certain timetable, because you are so detached and have so much faith in the power that is greater than you. That's all for this one, man. This is KT signing off, sending y'all so much love and positive energy. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video.